Hey guys, what's up? It is Cody One Kenobi, and I'm back for another review. Now, I know I said it in my last video, but like, if you have a problem with me not wanting to look at the camera because I'm recording on my phone and I'm like looking at myself just to make sure I'm in the frame, please don't get upset with me. Or I'm trying to make sure if I'm looking like here where I am right now, it's because I'm looking at myself on the phone trying to make sure everything's in frame. I'm in frame. I look fine. I don't look ridiculous. All that stuff. Now, the point of this video, I have had this for about a year now, or a little less than a year. My bad, a little less than a year. I think I got it like March-ish last year, but let's get to it. The Xbox Series X. Almost a year with it. It's February, what is it, 15th right now? Yeah, February 15th. Almost a year with this thing. What do I think? So before this, I had a Xbox One X. Before that, a Series, and before that, I had a One S. So yeah, so I didn't game for a long time. Then I saw a video for a while. I had a 360, but I just didn't barely played it in college. Played it more in high school and middle school, and then when in 2020 in like the middle of my college when Warzone came out and everybody was stuck at home, I was like, you know what, my console's out of date, I want to play this new game. So I used I used my tax returns and I got a Series S. Not Series, shoot, that was 2020. I misspoke. I got a 1S. And just to let y'all know, I don't script these videos. They just come out. It's just me. I don't script them. If you can be a hater if you want, this is just me. Like if you're talking to me, this what will come out. So yeah, so this is unedited either. So yeah, so the series, or maybe the only time I may edit it is if I show you uh what the TV is gonna look like. But other than just like putting the videos together, no editing. But going back, so I had a 1S, and it was okay. I liked it for what it was. And then it became more out of date, and then I had a cousin with Marfan syndrome who unfortunately passed away, and when it came to getting his stuff, he had a 1X, and that came to me, and I ran with that 1X for about 2 years, and in 2023, I was like, it's time. It's time. Um, and save up some money for a couple months, and I got a Series X because I already had a Elite Series 2 controller. Speaking about that, I'm just gonna get it out of the way. It had some stick drift. I think I mentioned that in my last video. I went to go in and try to fix it based off a YouTube video. Don't trust all the YouTube videos you see. And I was trying to undo something on the circuit board, and I accidentally broke it. Good thing my brother knows how to. He's busy. He's been busy recently, but he knows how to solder circuit boards, and it's just a little piece. So at some point when I can, I'll take the stick drift. What happened though is it's been weirdly disconnecting since I broke that piece. So he's gonna, when he has time, he's gonna help me and solder that back on. But other than that slight stick drift, I have, since the GameStar G7 SE broke, I've been having to rely on this. And I will say one thing: ever since I opened it up like one time, it's just that like there's a clip on this side that's just never felt. It feels like it's falling apart now, and like because the rubber's coming off after about a year, and also there's a clip on this side that's just not staying. The thing is, I don't think these things are built well. I really The quality control's not there. I'm gonna be honest. I'm probably gonna get another Elite Series controller. I'm probably going to. And the thing is, I've had this for about 2 years now. Yeah, I'm going on 2 years of having this, and it took almost exactly 2 years to start having problems. So I'm happy with this. I'm happy with it's done, but I'm probably gonna be getting a new one, and I'm probably gonna get a custom built one from Xbox, because I was in the designer lab and it looked pretty cool. But yeah, enough of that. Going back to the video. That was just for people who were curious kind of where I am from my last video with the GameStar G7 SE review, when I did talk about the Elite Series 2 controller. Going back here. And if you do have any questions, anything, if it's with, I'm not a super techie guy. This is just a regular Xbox consumer gamer. Nothing exactly. I told you guys, like, I tried to do it, but like my brother's like this real techie guy, solder circuit boards, all that type of stuff. I ain't trying that stuff. I got to one point and I was like, I quit. I'm done. I did not solve the stick drift though. It's like ever so slight stick drift, so I think I'm gonna live with it. But if I get a new Elite Series, I'll just toss that one probably. But going back, I've really enjoyed this. Some pros. Coming from a regular consumer, once you experience 120 frames per second, you will not go back. If you buy this console, make sure you have a monitor or a TV that can support it. I have a Samsung Q70A that I love the piss out of. I love it. It's a Q70A 55-inch. Back. You can barely see in the background, but there. I love it. Love that thing. Dropped $1,000 on it and never regretted it. And because I use it for much more than Xbox. I use it for YouTube, watching movies. I love that TV. I don't regret buying it at all. Great TV. Going back. Yeah, definitely get something that can support 120 frames per second. That is going to be so important. I promise you, you will not want to go back. Like, after gaming on 120 frames per second, you won't want to go back. Ever. Also, this thing is so fast. Like, I open a game, it's up. Like, it's going. I've even tried my friend's PS5. Bro, it just fast as lightning. This loads games. The part where it saves games, it's where, like, it remembers what you were doing. Like, that's kind of cool. But for the games I play, it just, when you come back to it, you have to close the app anyway and restart it, because it doesn't, it's all weird. Like, if I go out of Madden, I go play Warzone, and I go back to Madden, it's like you have to I can't play online because that's to restart the game or something. It's weird. But if I'm playing like an RPG or like a non-online game like Lego Star Wars or something, it'll go right back to where I was, no problem. So for certain game, if you're playing an online game, I don't like it too much. I've gotten past it, but, and this is with a quick resume. That's what it's called, the quick resume. Online game, I don't like it too much, but the offline game, it's cool. Some people may get more of a kick out of it than others. It's not like mine. I mean, for me, it's like you told me, it's like cool. I don't know. The lightning fast. I know if you're very impatient. I'm not. I'm pretty patient. But I'm pretty patient. But it is cool that it is so fast. So I'll cover the one accessory it came with. It came with a standard Xbox controller. Because the Elite Series 2 is having problems right now, I am currently using it. It definitely feels weird going back to this. Feels like an old friend. It's weird. It feels like an old friend almost. And then another topic. Oh yeah, and also what it comes with. So it comes with a power cord, and then it comes with an HDMI 2.0. Very important. You can't just do a regular HDMI, or you're not going to get, if you get the wrong HDMI, let's say you want to replace this one, like what it comes with, you can't get just a regular HDMI, you got to get an HDMI 2.0. It's very, very, very important. Very important. I do like that there's no, like, HDMI in, HDMI out component. That was super complicated on the series. Not series, I keep saying that. That was so complicated on the 1X and the 1S that I had. It was just too complicated for me. I can't remember if the 1S had it, but I know the 1X had it. Feel free to correct me in the comments on that. USB ports. I like the one in the front. I know some people like the USB-C on the PS5. I mean, that's cool and all, but like if I'm plugging in an Xbox controller, I'm gonna have to plug in a USB-C. I don't. Please inform me like why you would need a USB-C port. Like maybe the only because the only thing I can think of is like because usually cords you have a USB at one end, then you have a micro, Apple, or like a USB-C at the other end. And maybe it's my ignorance, but I don't see the point of having a USB-C connect on the Xbox because the USB-C is on the controllers. So I don't. Yeah, feel free to tell me whatever. Feel free to tell me why that would be useful, but I don't know why. But yeah, I do find it that convenient. It's kind of indifferent to me. Um, Very venty. Very lots of vents and didn't realize how dusty that was. Yeah, but I need to get an air duster and dust this thing out. It's probably struggling. Um, be honest, I don't know what that is. Remember, I'm just a regular consumer here. But yeah, you got your power. So you got your power here. You got your HDMI. You got your storage expansion, which I'm gonna be getting soon because it's Warzone's getting a lot. And then Ethernet cable and two more USBs. So here's what I kind of do. I have recently. I'll grab it. I have a SteelSeries Arctic X9. I absolutely love this thing. Love everything about it. I won't go into it too much. So what I usually have is in these back USB ports. So I use one of these to charge. Usually sometimes I'll use all of them because I'll explain. So I would have one of them charging the headset, one of them constantly just have it always plugged in for the headset, and I have the up next one constantly charging the case for the Elite Series 2, and then on the front I would have the GameStar G7 SE plugged in, and everything will be working fine. I have noticed this does so. There's some I don't know what it is. It's like unspoken. There's like a faster connectivity when you're directly plugged in with a. I've even noticed it on the Series 2. I tried it. There's a faster connectivity when you're directly plugged in. I don't know why. It's really weird, but there's a much faster connectivity. I don't know why, but it is much faster. I don't know why. Now, I don't know why. And what I've noticed, I even tried it because one of my buddies, I gave my One X to. I tried doing it. It's like they improved the input delay if it's wired for the Xbox. Now, it's what I'm telling you what I feel, not fact. I haven't tested it or anything. I feel like it's faster. That could be me with the console and the 120 frames per second and how more powerful it is, but I feel like the input is faster with this console specifically when it's directly plugged in, like via USB. I don't know why. Maybe again, maybe it's me. Maybe I second guess myself a lot because I don't want to tell you my truth. I want to tell you the truth, and I want to try to prevent you from telling you, my truth instead of the truth. I'd rather tell you the truth instead of what I want to be true. If that even made sense at all. But yeah, but this thing is awesome. Entertainment wise, it keeps me logged into all my whatever I want to do. If I'm wanting to listen, the cool thing is it's good with multitasking. Very good with multitasking. So I'll explain what I mean by that because I already talked about the quick resume. Multitasking. Like let's say I'm playing COD and want to listen to music. I go through Amazon Music. I'm not weirdo. I have an Android phone too, so I do some odd stuff. What I can do is I can listen to Amazon Music playing in the background while gaming while gaming. And then most people would say like, "Oh yeah, I can do that. Cody, you can do that on your series, sorry, yeah, One S and the One X, and I think the Xbox One." Yes, I do know that, but for me, when I would do that, it was pretty flawed. It was almost like the system couldn't handle it because it would stop or all this different stuff. If I click the next song, sometimes it would disappear. It's like my Xbox couldn't handle it. This one does it. It would be a little. It could do it. It was a cool gimmick, but it was glitchy. This, especially with Warzone, this handles it beautifully, beautifully. It's absolutely gorgeously. I love it. So yeah, another pro is games that need it, like a certain, for example, campaign in Call of Duty. Oh my lord, it looks gorgeous. It looks amazing. One game I wanted to start playing is Starfield. I'll start playing that soon. I'm excited to start doing that. Hopefully, I need to save up for it. Money's a whole thing. You guys get it. I want to start playing Starfield though. I know nothing about it, which is great. I want to go into it blind. But I've heard the graphics are amazing, and I cannot wait to try it. And the graphics in here are amazing. Now I've put like, I think my buddy. So my buddy has two of the same monitor. I think he uses it, one for his PC and one for the PS5. We tried it. We hooked up the PS5 and this next to each other. We always debate about PS5 and Xbox, by the way. And I'll get to that later. But we hooked them up, and the PS5 was 4K, 120 frames per second, a little bit bland. Just the color-wise, a little bit bland. The colors on this really popped. And I was like, huh. See, but here's the thing, that's not something you're going to go for. You're going to want, like, connectivity, less input lag, all that different stuff, over color popping. But if like scenery is like really big to you and like HDR is really big to you, this is a really good console. Like colors are going to pop, and they do very well compared to PS5. I mean, colors are good on PS5, but they're a little bit bland. This does colors really well. Really, really, really well. Especially if you have a good TV or a good monitor, you'll see what I'm talking about. Now, one con, this can get pretty hot. Like, the top of this is pretty hot. And something I do to make, now, I don't do it every night, and I've been bad about it, but, like, you gotta turn this thing off. You gotta power this thing off and let it rest. This thing is very powerful, but if you leave it, what I've noticed, I've left it on multiple days without turning it off. And when I go to game sometimes, my latency, like, from the internet and everything, will go way up, and you want a low latency, it'll go way up. But if I restart the console, like, I'm not talking just turn it off, I mean the hard reboot, pull the power cord out. If I hard restart the console, it's good again. Just don't leave it on for too long after your gaming sessions. Turn it off, give it a rest, turn it on when you're ready to get game. And the cool thing is, so I know my Xbox Ones, the S and the X, took forever to boot up. The 360 was faster than my thing, personally, but they took forever to boot up, especially the X. If you turn it completely off, it was so hard to boot back up. This, like lightning, so fast. It's so fast. Now, I think I've talked about all the externals I can talk about right now. Cool. I will catch you guys, and we will talk about like the mainframe. So yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut to the next video. We're going to talk about the main home screen, the organization kind of everything. I've already talked to y'all about kind of what gameplay and what I like. And if y'all were looking for gameplay, you guys can go to another channel who's going to like show you this, but this is Everyday Consumer. I'll show you the home screen UI, my opinions of it, all that stuff. But yeah, I will see you guys in just a second. What's going on, guys? So here is the UI. So I think I got you guys a good little image of it. So as you'll see, my main games are Madden 24, Call of Duty have access to GameSir because I'm trying to communicate with them. By the way, quick side note, I might be getting a new controller from them because they actually extended the warranty for it. It went from 6 months to a year, so I might be able to get a new one actually. Um, Rocket League, which I never play, Forza, which I literally just have, Blu-ray thing. Yeah, so these are I used these a while ago, but these are the main two I use. Now they recently changed the UI um, to where like you have to go up here for games and apps. I've almost forgotten what the other one was, but it's fine. But yeah, I got Fortnite on here too. I haven't played Fortnite in a while. But yeah, I kind of like the new way, but I keep forgetting that it's up here. I forget the old way. I just didn't go to games and apps a lot. But yeah, up here, this is much newer than the past like year. Games and apps, store, Game Pass, search, and settings. So games and apps, you have games, apps. So I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I never come here unless I'm like looking for music or streaming service, anything like that's the only time I come here. Groups, Apex, or yeah, because usually most stuff is on my home screen. That's why I don't need it. What needs an update? Fortnite needs an update. We're gonna do that. Now, one thing I wish this game did, it's supposed to update on its own, but I especially find with Call of Duty, it just doesn't. So I have to end up manually doing, or I have to manually click on the game to do it. And it's kind of annoying, but it is what it is. Because it just doesn't start without me. Now, it's weird because I feel like the Xbox Series X, I feel like it downloads things faster, but I don't really know. I feel like it connects to the internet better than my last consoles, but again, I'm not a techie guy. I have no idea. I'm just telling you what I feel like experiencing this. Now, I'll show you guys real quick. I think on this screen, so yeah, on this screen we are running on 60 frames per second on this, and I'll show you we do have it enabled. I think settings. That's network display. Yeah, so we have 120 frames enabled. You'll see. So what we're going to do here, I'll boot up Call of Duty real quick, and it should switch. There we go. I don't know why it was doing that. One of my, I had a friend just hit me up to play Call of Duty. My watch is buzzing. Yeah, you'll see here. It's kind of flickering right now. Give it a second because it is going back and forth. Yeah, so what I can say is, yeah, it's being weird with the main UI, but what I can tell you is like in a game it is 120 frames per it is 100, like, yeah, on the main menu it'll go back and forth between 60 and 120, but I can promise you guys during a game it is 120 frames per second. I need to turn HDR on for my game at some point. That is something I will do. Um, but yeah, overall, that's, and there, y'all saw a game boot up. Like, it was here. I'll show you how fast Madden boots up. Bam, immediately. And this loads faster than my friend's PS5, easily. And I'm wondering, and the only thing that makes this thing a little bit slower is when it's updating something. What I did right there is I just closed the game. But yeah, I think I've kind of covered everything on here I want to cover. If you want to go find gameplay, you can find something else. And also, the cool thing so you can't do it through the Xbox. I may do a tutorial at some point. You can't do it through the Xbox, but by putting like a USB with a saved image that's the right size in, you can put your own background on your Series X. I did it. I also did it with my One S and my my One S, your own custom background. Like, so yeah, I downloaded this off the internet, and it was the right size, and it ended up working, and it looks really good. Um, but yeah, I customly did that. That Dolphins background, and I'm a Miami Dolphins fan, so But yeah, let me go back to facing me. What's up, guys? It's a couple days later because I'd quit that video I was making. I got busy. I couldn't make the last half of it. So overall, I highly, highly, highly recommend getting an Xbox Series X. Highly. If you can't afford the Series X, I've heard the Series S is, if you're looking for quality, like the frames per second, it's not going to be there, but like the quickness, as I was talking about how quick the Xbox is, you will 100% get that with the Series S. But when it comes to performance and quality, Xbox Series X is going to beat the S every day. And some disclaimers I want to put out there. There is a input lag that is not talked about very much that Xbox has, an input latency, and especially in fast-paced games like Call of Duty that might affect you. In the PS5, I think its input is, I think it's like between 2 and 4 milliseconds. And then the Xbox ranges between, this is wireless, between 8 and 9. Now, there are some third-party controllers, such as the GameSir G7 SE, my most popular video, that, please go check it out. Great controller. But getting back, like the GameSir G7 SE, that, I'm getting off topic, but like the GameSir G7 SE has a very, very low latency for Xbox, which is awesome. But going back, I highly recommend the Series X. Now, I was given a PS5, but I bought my Series X. And what do I find the control, I'm more comfortable. I play the PS5 every now and then, but I grew up with Xbox. It's what I know. It's what I'm comfortable with. PS5 is cool, but I feel like once Xbox, and they definitely are winning like the console wars right now. I think it's better than Xbox, but the thing is, ergonomically, I still prefer Xbox. But yeah, that's. I'm trying to think. I think that's pretty much everything for me. But yeah, I love my console. The only downside of it, and it's not even the console's fault, games these days are so high in gigabytes that's even a terabyte of storage is not enough. It's just, that's not the Xbox's fault. That's games these days. So yeah, I don't even have one, but I plan on getting a expansion, probably like a 2 terabyte expansion from Seagate, at some point, and I'll do a review on it. But yeah, until then, yeah. Let me sum it up officially. Definitely, right, from just a casual person, I would definitely recommend the Series X. It's really good for when it comes to movies. If you're watching lots of CGI, it's okay. Not the best, but it's doable for lots of CGI. It's doable. And if there's a lot of CGI, you're gonna want like a real 4K Blu-ray player that can upscale to 60 frames per second, because 24 frames per second is not gonna look the same. This is just for DVDs and Blu-ray, but handles the 4K very well. For example, if I want to watch Godzilla vs. Kong on the Xbox with the Blu-ray, it's gonna look a little bit off, but it'll look good, very detailed. But if I want to watch, let's say, the movie Logan, Wolverine's last movie, if you guys don't know, it's fine if you do. It's fine if you don't, I meant. But again, I do my videos on the spot. I don't have a script. Like there's no script. Like I do these off the spot because I'm just a casual gamer. But yeah, if you have a regular like movie like Logan with just people, it looks fine. Looks great. But yeah, everything about this console is fargan awesome. I absolutely love it. Yeah, I almost have no complaints. It's the only thing that angers me is the input latency with the wireless controllers, but if you get a wired controller, some certain ones, you can cancel that out. But again, they're wired. And if I want to play on my bed, I don't really want to. If I had a gaming chair, I don't mind, but if I'm in my bed, yeah. But yeah, hope you guys have an amazing rest of your day. Hope you enjoyed this review. Please don't leave negative hate comments, because I'd rather you just please dislike the video. Dislike the video if you don't like it. Because if you leave a hate comment, I might see it, but I'm gonna block you. I'm gonna report you. Like, we need to keep this we need to keep this community a positive environment. And I don't. Well, what's the point of commenting if I'm gonna see it and then immediately block you? I may not even read your full comment. So no hate comments. But for the real ones out there, you guys are awesome. Please like the video. Subscribe for more, kind of average gaming content. I have some things I have some ideas. But yeah, I'll throw some ideas out because, this is my longest video, might as well. So I'm about to be reviewing, this very soon. Brydon's, triple pack for Xbox. I'll be reviewing that in a little bit. I'm gonna be a very short video because there's not much to do. It's just gonna be an unboxing, and I'm really considering the Turtle Beach Stealth Ultra. I am this close to getting it. Like, what I want to do is either I'm gonna get the Turtle Beach Stealth Ultra, or I'm going to do a custom controller from Microsoft because I'm a Miami Dolphins fan, so in Miami Dolphins colors, and then I'm gonna put a strike pack on the back because I've heard that it helps with recoil control, and that would be kind of cool. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about that. Think about that, and if you stay to the end of the video, you are a G. Comment I was here if you stayed to the end of the video with me just rambling on. Yeah, no hate comments, and I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your day, and I will see y'all in the next one.